Hi there, welcome to my videos on elementary differential equations. This is video number 6 for chapter 9 and the topic is partial differential equations. So far we have studied heat equations and used a technique to solve it. The technique mainly is the method of separation of variables, and this method actually can be applied to a more general class of PDEs. Let's take a look at that. So we comment that it is not that terribly difficult to check whether an equation is separable. You just put it in this solution that is separated in x and t, or whatever variable the equation has, and try to manipulate and see if you can put the variables on the different side of the equation. And then after you separate the variables, and you need to fit in the boundary conditions, and this often ends up in eigenvalue problems with suitable boundary conditions. Okay, so let's take some examples and see it. Okay, so our first example, the following equation. So here's the equation: second derivative in t, second derivative in x, with some functions of the independent variable here and equals 0. And the boundary conditions are fixed u at 0 and at L are 0. Let's carry out the procedure and try to separate the variables. So we seek solution u in this specific form. It's a product of f of x times g of t. And if we do that, then we see that utt just becomes time derivative twice, so it's this one. And then uxx will be x derivative twice times g, so it's this one. So we plug it in, and then we have this equation for the two functions f and g. And now let's try to separate the variables. So first we write, so this minus that is 0 is the same as this equals that. Because in this form it's easier to move terms around. So we see that on the left hand side, basically it's a product term of one term depending only on x and one term depending only on t. And the similar thing happens to the right hand side. If you group the t squared with gt, and that depends on t, and then you group the x plus 1 f double prime, that only depends on x. Okay, then you can separate x and t. Okay, so we can collect the t terms together. That will be g prime, and then divided by t squared g, which goes here. And then we have x plus 1 f double prime on the top, divided by x squared fx, put it down here. So we separated the variables. This is depending on t alone, and this depends on x alone. And therefore, with the same argument, we know it must be a constant, and let's call this negative lambda. Okay, so we can write out the two ODEs. The one for f will be this equals lambda, and then we can multiply this to the right hand side and then move it to the left hand side. Therefore we get this term coming from here plus lambda times that, which is here, equals 0. And then for f we have to fit in the boundary conditions coming from here. So when x is 0, it's always 0, so f of 0 is 0. And also when x is L, u is always 0, therefore f of L is 0. Okay, so we see that this is actually a kind of a eigenvalue problem. And then if you manage to solve the eigenvalue problem, then you can use that to solve g, because then you would know the eigenvalues, and g will satisfy this equation, okay, which comes from that equals negative lambda. Okay, so here the task is just to separate the variables and identify the equations and boundary conditions for f and g. So we stop here. Okay, let's take one more example. It's now involves 3 terms, uxx, and then utx, and then utt. Okay, again, seek solution in this form as we always do. We plug it in, then we get uxx results in f double prime, and then utx will be f prime and g prime, and utt will give us g double prime. Okay, and that equals 0. So we see that we now have 3 terms, even though each term is a product of two terms, one involve x, one involve t, but there are 3 terms, so we can't really put them into 2 sides of equation, only depend on x on one side and t on the other side. So as it's written in this form, it is not possible to separate the variables. I would like to mention that there are other ways of manipulation that would actually make it possible to separate variable of this equation, but it's beyond the scope of our discussion now, so I just leave it as a comment. You can give it a try. Okay, the third example, we have utt equals 4uxx minus 5ux plus u. Okay, so let's do the similar thing, and then tt will result in g double prime, and uxx will be f double prime, ux will be f, and then u just f times g. So let's try to separate the variables, meaning putting f and g on different sides of the equation. So first we observe that the right-hand side contains a common factor, that is g. So we take it out and then put the rest in here. Then we notice that this only contains f, meaning depend only on x. And then so this depends on t, and same thing happened here. This depends on x and this depends on t, and we see clearly that we can now separate the variables. Okay, so move the g under here and move the f under here, we get this equation. Here depends on t and here depends on x, and therefore it must equal to a constant which we call negative lambda. Okay, so we can now write out the 2 different ODEs. The one for f will be multiply f here and then move lambda f to the left, and we get that. And then for g will be g double prime plus lambda g equals 0. Okay, so usually f will also come with the boundary conditions for the original equation. It will go in there as boundary conditions for f, but here we are just practicing separating the variables. Okay, so but with boundary conditions, this will be an eigenvalue problem. Okay, so I would like to comment that to solve these new eigenvalue problems, that is not a trivial matter. It's a totally separate question, and we have talked about eigenvalue problems in limited complexity settings, and for very complicated ones, we don't have a general strategy yet, so just a comment there. But for those standard linear PDEs that we will study, the eigenvalue problems and usually end up into nice ones, which we'll see in the next video, where we'll consider a new type of PDE. Okay, so that's all for this time. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.